Over the years, Julie has said a couple of things to me that are very different. Sometimes she says, I love you, but I don't like you. And other times she says, I don't just love you, I like you. Guess which one I like better? I like to be liked. But what is she saying in that first one? I love you, but I don't like you. What she's saying is, I'm committed to you, but I'm not attracted to you. And when she says, I don't just love you, but I like you, she's saying, I'm attracted to you. Friendship is the goal of love in marriage and in all of our relationships. Can you imagine if you told your wife, or if I told Julie, honey, I love you, but I don't desire you. I have no desire for you. I have no attraction to you, but I love you. That would not be very satisfying because we all want there to be attraction in love. I want to be attractive to Julie. Julie wants to be attractive to me. I want to be attractive to you. You want to be attractive to me. But there's this word love that we throw around that sounds like whether or not I'm attracted to you, I love you. So, what does that word even mean? Well, we're kind of stuck again with the limits of language. And as is commonly pointed out, Greek has more words for love than English or uses them in a little bit different way. In Greek, there are a couple of words that point to attraction. One is philos, like philanthropic, a man lover, or hydrophilic, water loving. There's also eros, like erotic love. Both of these are loves that speak to some sort of attraction. But then there's this other word that's used in the Bible, and especially in the New Testament, actually almost exclusively in the New Testament, but the word is agape. And the idea of agape is, well, at least the way I understood it growing up, was that agape love was the commitment. Agape is, I love you no matter what. It's the, I'm in it. I'm in it to love you no matter what. So when Julie says, I love you, but I don't like you, she's saying, I agape you, like I'm committed to you. In some ways, I'm stuck with you. I'm in it. I'm hanging in there with you. That's agape. But I don't like you. I don't philos. There's no eros. I mean, you're not turning me on in any way. That's the different kinds of love. We like to say, well, God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Well, actually, we don't like just to say that. That's John 3:16. But so God agape loved us. He had this commitment to the world, so he sought to befriend us. So for me, as I've gone on in marriage, it's become clear to me that the goal in marriage is friendship. Friendship is the highest form of love. The commitment is necessary, right? Marriage is a commitment to this relationship that we make, but the goal of that relationship is not just to put up with each other, it's to have an attraction to each other. And I would say if somebody isn't interested in finding that attraction, finding that mutual desire for each other, that's not a marriage. If someone wants to just say, look, we made a commitment and by golly, we're going to honor that no matter what, come hell or high water. I mean, we're in till death do us part. Don't you remember that part? Well, yes, I remember that part. That's the commitment part. But if the commitment is the only thing there and there's not this desire to find this common mutual attraction, then to me, that's not a marriage. That's a cage. And marriage should not be a cage. And I would say that in a case like that, when everything has been tried to forge a friendship, and if both parties just agree we can't do it or we don't want to do it, we have no desire for friendship, then I say you're not stuck in that cage. Now, you don't just like walk in and out of the cage. I mean, it's not a cage when you understand it's like this bond that you share that is this determination to find attraction. But if all you have is the cage and the bond and there's no attraction and you don't even care about that, well, that's what we call a loveless marriage. And nobody wants to be in a loveless marriage. Why would anyone settle for the bond of marriage without the joy of marriage? We should be aiming for both. So I want to just talk about those two kinds of love a little bit more. First, love as commitment. In other words, Julie's statement, I love you, but I don't like you. Well, I'm not okay with that. I want her to like me. Commitment without a determination to find friendship is a prison. If you're attached to somebody who doesn't like you and you don't like them, that's when we start throwing around terms like the old ball and chain and stuff like that. Everyone feels that way sometimes. In every relationship and every friendship, there are times when people rub you the wrong way. When you hang in there with them, not because you're attracted, but because you know that there's something there worth going for. There's a sweet, juicy center if you can just find it together. But there are times where, of course, you have to just have that commitment to each other. But my point is that can't be all there is. And it's not okay just to be content with only that. Marriage is a commitment to find a way to be friends. And I think that's also true of all relationships. It's a commitment to find a way to be friends. That's what we're doing. In marriage, there's this shared determination to work at it. Well, to work at what? Well, to work it out, right? To work it out. Well, to work what out? To work out our disdain for each other, to work out conflict, to work out the repulsion that we sometimes feel toward each other, to reinvigorate desire for one another. That's what we're trying to work out. We're trying to work to find friendship. So I love you, so I'm going to find a way to like you. That's how I like to think of the commitment. It's not just a commitment to the commitment. It's a commitment so that we can rediscover that attraction to each other. Now, on to the better part of love, the juicy center, the attraction. Love as desire. When we use the word love, 95% of the time, we just almost always mean desire when we say love. You can almost always replace the word love with desire, and it works just fine. For example, I just got done practicing my French horn. I love playing my French horn. What did I mean by that? I desire it. I find it attractive. Or we love our new house that we're renting here in St. Helena. We just feel so happy to be here. What do I mean by that? I desire it. It makes me happy. I love it when Julie cooks me a nice meal. And sometimes I'll say, I love you. And what I mean by that is not so much, I'm committed to you, even though I find you repulsive. I don't mean that at all. I mean, I am attracted to you right now. Man, that was a heck of a good meal. Man, you're looking hot today. Or there's this attraction that I feel. I desire you. I think we gaslight ourselves a little bit, though, about this word love. We act as if it's some sort of a virtue. Attraction is natural. I mean, everything has attraction, or maybe sometimes doesn't have attraction. But attraction is no virtue. I love Ben & Jerry's Chunky Monkey ice cream. Is that virtuous? Well, actually, that's not virtuous. If I surrender to that love, then I will become a chunky monkey. So I've even, in my more cynical phases, made this statement. Love is just the mask of virtue worn by desire. Many times I think that is true. When we use the word love as if we've done something wonderful to love something, we're just expressing desire. Nothing wrong with desire. Desire is wonderful. But there's nothing automatically virtuous about it. It's natural, part of existence, but it's not automatically a virtue. So we say to people, I love you, as if we've done something really, really kind or virtuous, as if we're good people for loving. It's natural to feel this. And again, we're just talking mainly about fuzziness around this word love. We use it to mean both commitment, but we also mainly use it just to mean desire. And I hope you see where I'm going with all this. I know hopefully this isn't confusing. I just think there's these two aspects of it. There is the commitment side, but there's also the desire side. And the commitment is in order to establish the desire. In marriage, I'm always seeking mutual desire, which is why when you say to someone, I love you, and they don't say, I love you back, that's really awkward because you've just said to somebody, I desire you. I desire you, and you want to have that mutual desire. You want to hear it back. I love you too. Sometimes, here again, playing with these words, I'll say to Julie, I love you because I genuinely am feeling desire for her. And she'll say back to me, I love you too. But she's saying to me, I'm committed to you. But what the goal, the bullseye for me is, I desire you, you desire me. We've found this way to be together, to find harmony. And I like that word, harmony. There's a resonance, there's a philos, there's an attraction. And when that happens, it's like a chord. And if you know about music, chords have overtones. Every note has all these frequencies, and two notes in harmony blend those overtones and create other sounds that one of my music teachers used to call it the angels singing. But you could actually hear resonances that would appear because of the coming together of two notes. That's what I'm after in marriage. That's what we're shooting for. Finally, let me just say, this is the third movement. I know I haven't said a lot in the podcast lately about the three movements, but I just remind you, the three breaths video is just something that I do every morning. I just love this. But the third breath is you face the reality of Rapax, just this fact that we live in a world where desire drives everything. And everything's trying to eat everything else. Desire, as in, I want you. And that's because of my desire. So that can be kind of make you sort of like, everybody's just selfish and in it for themselves, and you can be cynical about that, but you don't have to be. You can say, well, that's how we're wired. And you can choose compassion for other people with a desire to show kindness. So there's nuance to this. The way I think of it, I choose compassion and kindness for everyone and everything. In other words, I love in the sense of commitment. I'm in with everybody. We're all on this world. But what I really want more is to be friends with everyone. I want to find that philos. I want to find that harmony. Because I don't want just the bond without the joy. The goal is friendship with everyone, harmony. So compassion and kindness, I look at the world around me and I'm looking for that magic of friendship, of harmony. Because I love you, I'm committed to you, I'm trying to find a way to like you, to befriend you. It's true in marriage. I think it's true, like as citizens, as we're going through this crazy time in our country, it's easy to be cynical actually about what's going on around us. But I want to I am committed to this country, therefore I want to like it, and I want to find common ground and a way to be friends with my fellow citizens, love and friendship. This is also true at work. I mean, there are days when I just get along great with everyone. There's days when I rub people the wrong way and they rub me the wrong way. But there's this commitment, this bond we share, this commitment to do this job of serving older adults. And in the midst of that, we're trying to find a way to be friends with each other, not just to settle for the commitment, but to be friends. For me, facing up is very useful on this point because the common ground that I know I share with everybody, is that we're all in the same boat. We're all just hungry. It really is hard. Everybody's just trying to satisfy their desire. They're trying to find a way to do that. And we all are in that same boat. So I think if we could just start at the ground of, hey, we're all in the same boat. And we're all in this same world. We are in the same predicament. We don't know why we're here. We can't reach the end of the rainbow. And, we're driven by desire. So, okay, I'm not going to, condemn you for that. I understand where you're coming from. And I'm not trying to like promote some story or some dogma that would cause us to find a bond. Our bond is just our existence. It's existential. It's not story based. It's shared perception. It's common ground that we share, which really is our common sense. And from there, we can go on to find ways to harmonize and tell stories. But that, you see, starting from that existential foundation, that here we are, then the stories stop carrying so much weight and seriousness. We're telling stories, we're playing, and we're trying to find ways to be together. So with Julie, I can just take my stories less seriously. The things I must get done are the things that are meaningful to me, but I need to be open to her stories and to understand that our stories have to come together, and let's play. How can we harmonize? How can we bring our stories together? But it's not like we're, arguing for the foundations of our existence. We understand the foundation of our existence is we're lost in this world. We're longing for an ending we can never find. And we're lonely because we feel this desire that can never quite be fully satisfied. So, let's just be friends. Let's lighten up. Let's play. So, Julie, I love you, girl, and I am determined to be your friend.